I'm going to begin by asking, because I know I was speaking to Emma just before and asking her if she kind of had to try and match her performance slightly in terms of her sensibilities to yourself, knowing that you were sort of playing the same role. But she said that they shot hers first and then they shot yours after. So I was going to ask you if you watched some of her rushes to kind of get a sense of her performance, so you could try and, just capture the kind of sensibilities to make sure it matched at all.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So the 1950s part of the film was shot first. And so I was really fortunate because Michael Grandage, our director, gave me 3 or 4 rough edited scenes that Emma was in. And that meant I could watch them. I watched them over and over again. And it helped, and we also talked on Zoom, and Emma and I talked on the telephone, but we were apart because of COVID. So technology helped us unite.
I just wondered if you could talk a little bit about working with Rupert on this, because I've interviewed him before and he was just an absolute joy to spend. And that was just 10 minutes with him. So what was it like working with him on this project?
Totally, I back that up. It's a joy. I obviously know his work really well as an actor, writer and director. And so I was thrilled, to meet him, but even more thrilled to work with him. And he's great. He's just brilliant. And I think that I feel really fortunate to have worked with him as an older actor, because he brings a massive amount of life experience, career experience to the table. And he has a quality which is, I don't know, it's like, so if you're given a meal and it's a really, really good quality meal, like you just feel this is a rich experience. And so I felt very, very happy to be in his company and to work with him.
Of course, I mean, the other performers, I mean, Emma, you sort of Harry as well. They're such, in general, as real people in their life, they're very kind of very progressive, kind of very sort of free thinkers. And I think quite symbolic maybe of a kind of generation at the moment that is a bit more maybe progressive than those that came before. Because this film got me thinking we are regressing politically a bit at the moment. It feels like strides made in the past are being reversed. And the themes in this movie feel even more sadly pertinent than they have done in recent years. So not to get all doom and gloom, but do you have faith in the future? The next generation seem to carry just less prejudice than those currently making the decisions.
I think it's one of the most, it's sort of like an island of hope when I start to work with and learn more about the younger generation. And they need our support. They've got a hell of a journey ahead of them, given the world that they're going to inherit. So I do feel excited and very, very supportive of that generation. And I think you're right. You've touched on it. We do feel there are times when you kind of think, yes, we've made progress. And then something happens and you feel, hang on a minute, we cannot rest on our laurels. We need to push forward and keep educating and keep changing perceptions in order for people to live the lives they need and want to live.
I was looking over your wonderful career earlier, because obviously I do all my research on IMDb, which I get looking at wonderful credits. But your career has moved very freely between TV and film, and it does look like, according to IMDb, you're on a bit of a run of films, of your next couple of projects and movies. I just wondered if you ever make, or you have made across your career, conscious decisions about what you'd like to do next, or your decisions on projects just based on the quality of the character and story and the kind of logistics, I suppose, of when you can make it.
Yeah. You've absolutely nailed it. I think that there's something I learned and continue to remind myself of, that I don't have a great deal of control as an actor. Hardly any actors do, and so I try not to chase control. And so I suppose what I do is, as each opportunity comes along, I just take that opportunity at that time, see if it's right or I'm right for it, and that's it. That's the starting block. So patterns and desires are nothing to do with me.
Oh, that process has set you in good stead across your career. But am I right in thinking you were working or have worked with Carol Morley on her next project?
Yeah.
I love Carol, not just her movies, but just Carol as a person.
Yeah, I agree. I love her too.
Yeah,
I will be in her fan. I think she's amazing. And when I knew I was being considered for her film, I was so thrilled. So yes, I have. And in fact, we're going to see it next week.
Oh, lovely. Great. I didn't know it was that close to, oh, great. That means I get to see it soon as well, hopefully.
I'm sure we're allowed to say it's Carol's next film is Typist, Artist, Pirate, King. And so look out for that.
Yeah, no, I will be. Thank you so much for your time today, Gina. Best of luck with the release of this movie.
All right. It's lovely to talk to you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey!